Matthew chapter 16, verse 25. For whosoever shall save his life shall lose it, and whosoever will lose his life for my sake shall find it. Call Holayim La, Albanawa, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakak, Kwadash. Double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone who rule well. Salutations to the Akim out there on the highways and the byways. Salutations to the hopeful elect. Salutations to you speckled birds, you Israelite foreigners. And shalom to the Akwaf, sitting and listening in silence as the scriptures say to do so. St. Matthew chapter 16, verse 25. For whosoever will save his life shall lose it, but whosoever shall lose his life for my sake in the Gospels, the same shall save it. In Salaki, that's St. Mark 8, verse 35. But basically, we have nothing in this world to live for but there's truth. The Lord has awoken us, brought us back to life, given us the answers that we desired. Has taken us out of that zombie-like mind state that we was in. Okay, now we understand what's going on and what's to come. And, the true history. We understand all these things, man. And, again, anything in this world in Babylon the Great is not life. This is not life. This is hell. This is a nightmare. This is bondage, man. So, for you to have an intellect and to be enlightened, to be awoken to this truth, and then to have a desire to go back into the world, you was never really in the truth, man. Okay, because everything about this place is vexation, oppression. You're literally being slaughtered slowly through this torment. The food, the air, the water, the structure of society, everything. You're literally slowly being deleted, man. Okay, because that's the MO of Esau. He is as death. This man's a fucking murderer, man. A psychopath, everything, man. He's the opposite of righteousness. He's the opposite of Yahweh Ba'ashim, Yahweh Shai, man. So, we have to, always pray, man. As it states in, St. Mark chapter 11, when you pray, you got to believe that you're going to receive those things that you pray for. And, the main thing that, that we're praying for is for this place to be destroyed, man. For these prophecies to quickly be brought forth, man. Okay, because, we're going to be brought at a lower state. We're going to be tried. We're going to be tested. And as it also states in Corinthians, a little leaven leaveneth the whole lump. And, the Lord is going to see stuff in us that we may not recognize, we may not acknowledge, that have to be stripped from away from us, stripped from off of us. And it's all for our benefit. It's all for our increase in this truth. Okay, because we're being molded and fashioned and shaped and formed. Okay, because we're coming back to our first estate, man. And that's why the devil, the spiritual demon Satan, is always going to be on our backs, always going to be on us, trying to weed us out. As Yahweh Shai told Peter, the devil have a desire to sift you out, roughly paraphrasing. And that's a challenge for the devil to, show Yahweh Ba'ashim, Yahweh Shai, who we can purge out from this truth and say to the Heavenly Father, see, I told you he wasn't about you. I told you that she wasn't about you, Yahweh Shai. I told you these people were faking the funk. That foundation, it wasn't built upon Yahweh Ba'ashim, Yahweh Shai. It wasn't built upon that rock, Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. And that's why, it states in the book of Luke, I believe chapter 14, you got to examine the cause. Why do you think Elder Apostle Gabar always states and says, always, like a broken record, he always states and says, A lot of you Israelites don't know what you're involved in, man. And that's true, because you Israelites are worldly, and y'all come into this truth like it's something that's just trending. Like this is the new flavor of the week. No, this is our lives. This is our heritage. Okay? This is actually who we are, and this is actually what's going down according to the scriptures, man. Okay? And you know, this, like also too, matter of fact, today the beloved Elder Apostle Ramla and the brother Kanak, if I'm saying his name right, if I'm not, Salakia, you know, basically said, which is true, you know, every spirit comes back in their same lot, their same employment. The prophets are the spirits of the prophets are subject to the prophets. The spirits of the 2/3 are subject to the spirits of the 2/3. Okay, the ones that, you know, committed treason and betrayal against, and also against Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah, that's subject to those same you know, customs and traits that they delight in, man. Just like they said, the gladiators, the fighters, the boxers, the entertainers, all that, man. Everybody's coming back in their same lot. And we hope to be of the first fruits, man. The ones that always came back to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. The ones that always acknowledged and repented. And, you know, literally put our best foot forward. And, you know, completely changed to the best of our ability, man, in this weak, corruptible flesh, man. Because again, man, you know, we're going to be brought low. We're going to be tried. The devil's going to be in your mind, putting things in your mind that's not true to make you go off. But we always got to, you know, remember the scriptures, because what? The scriptures comfort us. The scriptures give us what? Resolutions to resolve our matters. And we also what? We also have the brotherhood, the body. Those other lively stones to help us. You know, when I say this first and foremost to myself, you know, you can't think that you can battle everything and not, not to say you're proud, but you know, just don't want to seem weak or like you bothering somebody, or you know you're helpless or whatever it may be. But that's what, you know, the body is for. We're for there for one another, man. You know, as it says, man, you know, matter of fact, let me grab that. Let me grab that in Ecclesiastes real quick. Bear with me. What is that? Yeah, here it is right here. Ecclesiastes chapter 4, starting off at verse 9. 2 are better than 1, because they have a good reward for their labor. For if they fall, the one will lift his fellow up. Okay? For if they fall, the one will lift up his fellow. But woe to him that is alone when he falleth, for he have not another to help him. So we're supposed to be there for one another, man. We have the body to, you know, embrace and be there for brothers if they fall, if they slip. You know, and we got to keep these things in mind, and also in remembrance, man, that, you know, this is not going to be a walk in the park. You know, this is and you know, that's, you know, Salaki, that's another reason why I didn't, you know, premiere a lesson this morning, man, because I was reflecting all day yesterday, meditating, thinking upon the scriptures, you know, watching videos, getting my mind clear, man. You know, I said, you know, instead of doing a video to premiere, you know, when I get the chance, I'll just do a quick live stream and then go back to, you know, the regular format. But, you know, it's sometimes, you know, you got to just think upon things, man. And always, you know, rebuke Satan, man. And, you know, again, man, we're going to be brought to a lower state. We're going to be tried. And also, too, as the scriptures state in Hebrews chapter 12, you know, those that the Lord loves, he chastises. So the Lord's going to correct us. The Lord's going to, you know, spank us. He's going to reprove us, rebuke us, man, however he sees fit. Okay? And, you know, again, it also shows that the Lord loves us, and also, too, that shows that the Lord is trying to purge and take something out of us that's holding us back, that's keeping us down, that's not, you know, letting him give you the increase, letting him, you know, lift you up further, letting him reveal things to you more, man. Again, a little leaven leaveneth the whole lump, man. And this is a process every single day. This is not something that's going to be done in 1 day, a month, 2 months, and you're automatically sanctified and purified to the max. No, it's a process, man. Okay? And that's something that we all have to realize, man. We're not fucking perfect. If we were perfect, we'd be in the damn kingdom. We wouldn't be in slavery. We wouldn't be in bondage. We wouldn't be subject to payments. We wouldn't be eating fucking food that's not food. We wouldn't be working every day to pay this damn devil. We wouldn't be going through this torment, this vexation, this hell. Living this nightmare, man. If we were perfect, we would be in the kingdom. We would have rulership. These heathens would be under us. This world would not be ran how it's being ran right now. So we got to keep all these things in mind, man. Again, Ecclesiastes 4 verse 9, 2 are better than 1 because they have a good reward for their labor. Okay, because you're going to look out for your others. You're going to look out for, your sister. And your sister's going to look out for you. You're going to look out for your brother, and your brother's going to look out for you, man. We don't have the mindset of these wicked ass 2/3 blacks, Latinos, Native and Seminole Indians, man. Okay, no, we have the mindset of Yahweh Yahweh Shai, man. And what did Yahweh Shai say, man? If you love me, keep his commandments, but also too, if you love it, I'll give you a new commandment that you love one another, man. And love is not just a verbal word. Love is also through deeds, actions, man. That's how you actually really show somebody that you love them, man. Like we're showing the Lord to the best of our ability every day that we love him, man, by, sacrificing ourselves. Understanding that it's not about us, it's about Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai's will, man. Yahweh Shai will be glorified, and he's going to, exalt us, man. As it also states in Zephaniah chapter 3. It goes into humility. Look up that definition of humility, man. But there's something else I want to grab. Sirach chapter 2, which is always a good chapter to read when you feeling low. This is Sirach chapter 2, verse 1. My son, if thou come to serve Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. Slakia. Damn phone over here as usual. So I turn the AC on. If anybody's in here, you can give me a thumbs up. Let me know you still hear me. I'm gonna read a couple more scriptures and I'm gonna close it out. Abanawa Ratazah. So this is Sirach chapter 2, verse 2, verse 1. My son, if thou come to serve Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, prepare thy soul for temptation. So we got to prepare ourselves for the temptation. Okay, for the things that's going to be brought upon us by Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, man, to test our faith. To test and see if we really all in. Or if we just giving lip service, man. If we're going to seek him through the afflictions, okay, through the hard times, through the hellish conditions, man, okay? Set thy heart aright. And how do we do that, man? We got the instruction manual, man. We got the booklet, which is the Holy Bible, man. That helps us set ourselves up correctly, man. That teaches us the right path, and those are the words of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, man, for us to do things correctly, man, okay? And the only ones that's going to be able to understand the true blueprint of the Bible is the remnant, which we hope and pray to be. Okay, set thy heart aright and constantly endure. And make not haste in the time of trouble. So, Yahweh Shai stated and said, those that endure to the end shall be saved, man. Okay, and Yahweh Shai also stated and said, take my yoke, what is that, let me grab that real quick, because I don't want to butcher it, so I'm going to grab it. I think that's St. Matthew's 11. But Yahweh Shai said, St. Matthew's 11, verse 28. Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Okay, and we have comfort. We have a certain type of rest because we are mentally and spiritually free. We're enlightened. We're not mentally in prison, man. Esau can't, deceive us, man. He can deceive the 2/3 and everybody else, but he can't deceive the hopeful elect, man, which we pray to be the elect. Verse 29, take my yoke upon you and learn of me. And that's, it's very important that you have to learn. You have to have your own relationship and your own understanding of Yahweh Shah HaMashiach, man. And that's why, maybe like 2 months ago, I did like a 2.5, close to 3-hour lesson on the importance of Yahweh Shah. And I did it on purpose. I could have broke it down to each section how I did it, but I did that on purpose. So to see what type of jakes would actually take heed to it and acknowledge it, because Yahweh Shah is very, very important, man. If you don't have, again, it goes back to that foundation. Yahweh Shah is that rock. Yahweh Shah is that cornerstone. How was the temple and how is the lively stone if you don't have any knowledge or any reverence, or, if you don't kiss the sun, as it states in Psalms 2, how are you going to be able to build? How are you going to be able to grow? And also, too, Yahweh Shah is the one giving us the knowledge. He's the one that's breaking the seals off of the book. So you have to, have a clear, crystal understanding of Yahweh Shai, man. Yahweh Shai is very, very important in this ministry. Yahweh Shai is very, very important in our heritage, in this walk, in everything, man. Very, very important, man. He's all through the whole Bible, man. And again, only the remnant is going to see that, man. St. Matthew's 11, verse 29. Take my yoke upon you and learn of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart. And again, this is very powerful, because Yahweh Shah is telling you that he's meek and he's lowly in heart. That's what mine. Again, these are examples for us to sanctify and purify ourselves and walk correctly, man. Okay, King David is a good example, but Yahweh Shah is a more thorough, better example, man. We are literally supposed to, be like Yahweh Shai, man. Even though we can't be perfect like he was, but we can damn try. Damn sure try, Salakia. For I am meek and lowly in heart, and ye shall find rest unto your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. So we got to take on that yoke of Yahweh Shai, man. He releases a lot from us, man, because, he prayed for us in St. John 17, man. That prayer is for the remnant, man. For us to have protection, guidance, everything that we need, man, in these days to come. Okay, because Yahweh Shai is reminding the Heavenly Father, you said this man right here was going to be a part of my steed. We got to protect him. You said this woman, she's going to receive mercy. We got to protect her. This and that and this, man. Yahweh Shai is going to keep their promise, man. So let's jump back to Sirach 2, verse 3. Cleave unto him. Cleave unto who? Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. And depart not away. So you can't have a demon spirit of doubt. If you have any doubt in your mind towards the Heavenly Father and his Son, then you're really not firmly in this, man. Your foundation isn't built upon Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, and you really don't even believe in the truth, man. If you have doubt in your mind, because again, what is here for you in the world? Nothing but oppression, vexation, usury, literally being abused every day. Esau got his goddamn feet on your neck, his hand up your ass. Your woman's against you, your kids is against you. Again, the way this place is structured, how it's ran, this is a nightmare. There's no need to sit right here and why would you want to depart from the Lord and go back into an evil ass world and just wait to get condemned and judged, man? When you at a lower state and you're going through hard times, man, you gotta 10 times more. You gotta grab hold of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai 10 times more, man. Okay? Cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. And that's what we're looking for, to be increased. Okay, to have more knowledge, the wisdom, and the understanding. The understanding is the main thing that you have to have before you get that knowledge and wisdom. Understanding is very important. Look up that word understanding, man. Look it up in Google, etymology online, and another dictionary, man. Understanding is very important. You have to have understanding to get knowledge, the wisdom. Okay? And again, the Lord is going to chastise you, whoop your ass, put you through all types of hell for your improvement. It's always going to be beneficial for you, man. Because again, the Lord is always adjusting, always cleansing, always purifying, and making you better. Okay? Improving you, making you better than you was the day before, man. Look at the elder apostles, man. You think the elder apostles got how they are and got all that knowledge just by being the same people that they were? No. They changed. The more they grew, the more they learned, the more they changed, the more, they walked it more correctly and more spiritual. Okay? Verse 4. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully. So what is it? Whatsoever is brought upon you, take cheerfully. Again, the Lord chastises those that he loves, man. And it might be something that's hard, or it might be something that's light. But at the end of the day, it's the Lord's doing. For whatever and why, for whatever and how he sees fit. Your Lord might, prime example. The Lord took my mom. Lord took my kids away from me. And it's stuff that you have to understand, man. Stuff that you just have to deal with. And you have to believe what Yahweh Shah said. Those that lose this and that and this, for my name's sake, for this gospel, shall receive 100-fold in the kingdom. I believe that, man. I believe that. I believe everything that is stated in this Bible, man. Do you? And to be honest with you, man, when it comes to your kids, and we can't really have. I mean, some may have somewhat of their kids and their wives and their husbands and stuff like that. That's cool, but we can't fully have ourselves realistically until the kingdom. The damn government, the state owns your damn kids. You get a marriage license, the state is in your marriage and shit. The police get called on you. The police is automatically going to take the woman's side. We're in a war, not a battle, a war that was made for us to lose. So why in the fuck would you want to go back into this world, man? Why would you want to depart from the Lord, man, when he can he can put you at ease, man, protect you? Proverbs 16, those that when a man's ways please the Lord, he even maketh his enemies to be at peace with him. Roughly paraphrasing, man. That's the position I want to be in. I want to sacrifice, go through the hell that the Lord puts me through, which I hope he don't put me through nothing I can't handle. And when he does chastise me, it's a breath of fresh air, because it shows that he loves me. He ain't forget about me. But we got to endure when we're brought low. Seek the Lord, man. And again, we also got the body to be there for us too, man, if we're going through something that we need counsel or guidance, whatever it may be, man. And I say this to myself first and foremost, man. Because again, like I stated, man, it was some stuff that I held back that I should have, went to brothers and talked about, man. That finally got revealed on my end. And, it took a lot off of my damn shoulders, man. And again, that's Satan fucking with you, man. Satan will fuck with you for so long. You won't even realize it. It'll be a whole damn year Satan to fuck with you. A whole year. And these spirits are crafty, man. And that's why you got to cleave on Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai. Stay prayed up. Even if you're praying 3 times a day, man, look, man, throw up more prayers, man. If you drive and pray. If you at work, pray. Fast as much as you can. If you build yourself back up, do a water fast. And then start doing dry fast. Build yourself back up, man. Cleave on to the Lord, man. Focus on the precepts. Whatever you got to do, man. Okay? But I'm going to leave it right there, man. I done read enough. I just want to do, I didn't want to rock this out. It was edifying and informative. I know I was everywhere. But, that's how it be sometimes. But Lord willing, it was edifying and informative to the truth. Say Aki and Akwab. So with that, I'm just gonna say, Call Layim La, Abanawa Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai Bahashim Rakak Kwadash, Watha Wada Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai Bahashim Rakak Kwadash, for putting the Spirit on me, my elder apostles, elder bishops, elders, brothers on down, for doing these epistles to enlighten you, to inform you, to edify you, and to uplift you through the power and spirit and words of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. May the blessing and election and protection be upon you and your household. Adawan Ratazah, into the next one. So with that, I'm just going to say, Shabbat Shalom.